Good evening. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was raining. It was raining cats and dogs. It was raining a lot. It rained on my head as I got out of the car and dived into the mall. Yeah, the mall, because what else are you going to do on Friday when it rains? And the wife says, let's get out of the house because she can't stay in the house. What good is having a big house if you can't stay in it? Anyway, the mall it was. First it was a gym, then it was a mall, and running around in the rain all day. I did manage to get a few trades in. I bought dffn for a swing. I think I tweeted it out. And then I bought tenx later in the day. I don't think I tweeted that one out. Thank you, Anthony, for alerting me to that one. And I think it'll be good. I mean, it's a few pennies lower than what I paid for it, but you know, I have the chart of it, and we'll talk about it a little bit. And stocks in general were great today. So it was a profitable day for Dr. J. By the way, Brooklyn, I want you to know I made that allocation very much the way you suggested. But I don't believe I was really influenced by you. I think that's the way I saw it. I'm not sure if I did it exactly in your order. I went heaviest on the Qs, second heaviest on the IWM, third on the SPX, SPIDers, SPY, and last on the diamonds, DIA. But what I was influenced by you is I added some money to EFA. So far, I like what I see with EFA. Looks like a interesting ETF. Okay, so before we get to the video charts, I just want to remind everybody, do your own due diligence. My opinion is do not consider investment advice. Seek an investment advisor before going into any of my ideas. By the way, Louise, you had a very good one with that CBL. I hope you bought tons of it. I said, my feelings were that you had very little to lose because if it dropped below $1, you sell. Yeah, so that was a very, very astute buy on your part. Okay, I charted CBL a while ago, and that one took off from $1 to $1.30. I think it hit today. Nice going. JD always has winners. Anthony, you've been hot. Brooklyn, you've been very hot. You've been torrid hot. Cautiously torrid hot, I might add. All right. I'm almost convinced that we're out of the woods in terms of a market correction, but not 100% convinced. I'll show you why. We have charts of the SPX, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the RUT. And we have amazon.com that went up over 3% today, en route to new highs. Let's get to the video charts. We also have three highly speculative, low market cap biotechs that look very interesting. Who was the guy that on laughing that said very interesting but stupid? Who knows his name? Let me know if you know his name. I actually remember, but I'm curious how many of you remember. All right, let's get to the video charts. Where's my mouse? There it is. All right. Laughing was a pretty funny show. Goldie Hawn, Gilda Radner, etc., etc., etc. There were a lot of funny people in those cubby holes. All right. Prpo is the first of the speculative biotechs. What makes it speculative? For one thing, its market cap is under 100 million. Actually, its market cap is under 50 million. Actually, it's under 40 million. It's 38 million. And that's after going up more than 4 times from its recent lows. So it was under 10 million not too long ago. That's speculative biotech, extremely speculative. They're into cancer diagnostic tests as well as other diagnostic tests. They use this ice cold PCP or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Some kind of sophisticated blood test to detect cancer and other diseases. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know exactly how it works or what the mode of action is, but it's supposed to be very accurate. And it looks like it's beginning to catch on. They have a contract that they just signed with hospitals in Egypt, and they're looking to sign other international deals. And their earnings is looking better. So maybe this is a possibility that it actually is for real this time. I mean, this has been several reverse splits later where it keeps going back down to where it started. So even though after the reverse split it was much lower than this, it makes you leery when you've seen this pattern over and over and over again. But let's take a look at the chart anyway. Of course, this time it could be different. prpo. The chart is very interesting. I mean, like I said, a 4-bagger from $1.65 to over $6 the day of the split. Not the day of the split. I don't know when it went up 4 times, over time. So here it was at $1.65. When did it hit? When did it hit 4 times that? 640, 680, about $7. So it took all the way until April 16th to make that 4-bagger from March 27th to April 16th. By the way, I alerted you to this one right about this time when I said it's beginning to move. I noticed that it was beginning to move. So I did alert all my viewers to Prpo. Actually, I ignored it myself. If any of you happen to have gone into it based on my alert, good for you. It shows you that you're smarter than the teacher. So many of my students have become smarter than the teacher through the years. And now, let's see, it made an interesting top, basically a doji, closed it hit well above 10, pulled back to 915, and today pulled back more to a low of 701, closing at 789. So that's quite a bounce off the low of the day. Prpo still has a lot of juice. And notice the difference in volume. It looks like a different stock. So Prpo is still one to watch. I'm thinking of actually giving it another shot, but I don't want to unless it comes back to that $7 range. And maybe then I'd give it a shot. I don't know, a small amount of money, I guess. Like I say, I'm very leery of this one. It looks like it's got possibilities of running further, but it also has the possibilities of coming back down to the 566 support level. So I'm leery of that. I have yet to go into it, even though I've been watching it. DFFN, I didn't want to make the mistake of watching it. So I just, on the pullback, bought it. And remember I said yesterday, I expect to pull back to the line that I drew. And when it went below that line, I decided it was time to enter. I didn't think it would go much below, and sure enough, it did not go much below. It actually closed above where Dr. J entered. I don't remember exactly the number that I entered at, but it did close above it. Okay, so would I be a buyer on further weakness? I don't know. I mean, I like the fundamentals. This is a case where I like the fundamentals. It's phase 3 for, what is it, phase 3 for how do you say that? Glioblastoma cancer tumor. And it's phase 2 for ischemic stroke on the ambulance treatment. So it's a very exciting drug that it has. And the fundamentals I like. In fact, I like them a lot. And the chart, I kind of like the chart. I know this was a horrible red candle, but it came down to a low of 460. And notice where we closed today, right about that level. So I'm thinking that there's a good chance that this holds this level and starts moving up towards that $10 mark. I'd love to see that happen because my plan is to accumulate on the way up. On the way down, I don't know if I'd be accumulating because I'd be thinking of when am I getting out. So probably wouldn't accumulate. So my feeling is if I'm going to add, I might add on Monday if it opens up higher and keep adding, because I didn't open with a tremendous position. Took what you might call a startup position. All right, tenx. Another one with prospects. Anthony, thanks for alerting me to these prospects. Apparently they have a drug approved in 60 countries. That's in phase 3 in this country, and expecting an FDA update or phase 3 data update of some kind. I don't know. I mean, I just went by what Anthony said, and of course I violated my supreme law of doing your own due diligence. But what I also went by was the chart, which I liked. I kind of like the chart. I know it's sitting at support, and if it goes below support, it looks like it dropped to 136 before the next support level. So what? I mean, I'm willing to chance 20 pennies here. So what do 20 pennies amount to? It's for every 1,000, 200. For every 1,000 shares, 200, right? It's money, but I think it might be worth the risk because there's a chance in my mind, even though it's down after hours, in my mind, there's a chance that it holds this area and starts going up, taking out the Monday high. If it does that, I'm buying more. As soon as that Monday high is taken out, Dr. J is opening up the pocketbook. Okay, and if it's not, if it goes below that 136, I might lose interest. AMD, apply advanced micro devices. I had the feeling yesterday that to stay away because it wasn't clear to me which way it would go. Kind of felt it would drift down. It did. I'm still looking at it to drift down some more. So I think methinks AMD is not going anywhere for a few days, other than maybe down. But I don't think it goes very far down. I think it holds around $27. So my feeling is I'm looking to get back in at about 27, below 27.50 someplace below 27.50, depending on the action of the stock on Monday and Tuesday. So I think the the range will narrow as it drifts down, maybe even in a series of dojis. So that would be my thinking for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think the stocks that are in play are the stocks that were not in play before, whereas AMD has been in play for a long time. So I think there's a little rotation perhaps out of AMD into other things. And that might cause it to drift down a little bit, at which point in time I'd be interested in buying again. SPX. SPX is still a little doubt in my mind based on Monday's candle, which was this little green guy right here, little tiny little doji, gravestone doji. We still have yet to close above the high that day of 29.49. Once we close above 29.49, I'll be totally convinced we're taking out 3,000. Right now, I'm not convinced 100%, just about 90%. Dow Jones, a similar story. Dow Jones on Monday turned in a similar doji. There it is, right here. And we've yet to close, I say close, above the high of 26,602 that day. So once we close above 26,602, then there's very little doubt in my mind that we're going to 27,000 and above, and well above. So I think the Dow, the S&P, the RUT, and the NASDAQ are all going to be zooming in a cis boom bar market. Did I say that before? I think the RUT gives evidence more evidence to the bull case. Let's look at the RUT. Of course, the economy couldn't be humming on all four cylinders better than it has been. All-time low on the unemployment rate, great jobs numbers, low accommodative Fed rates. Maybe arguably could even be lower, because inflation is a non-factor. Okay, so here we have it. A big green candle that well engulfs Monday's itsy bitsy candle. So this totally says it all. Solid red, solid green closing at the top of the day. So the close was equal to the high. It's a solid green candle that closed above the recent highs. You gotta love it. This high from 225 should be taken out. 16, what is that? Or was taken out today. So that's pretty significant. 1602 was taken out. Let's see what else was taken out. Let's just go a little further. All right, a little further. Now it's even lower. I want to see where we're going here. This looks like the high is right about here, 1742. I think we're going to take that out and keep going. So how about 2,000 on the IWM? I mean, on the RUT. 2,000 on the RUT. Pick a number above 30,000 for the Dow, above 3,000 for the SPX, the NASDAQ comparable gains. So I'm very bullish. Just that little doubt in my mind, which should go away by Monday or Tuesday. Amazon.com. Google was up 1%, 2%, and Amazon 3.25%, up 64 points. Wow, 61 points. Let's check this, the chart, not that I have to. It's going to take out 2050 and keep going. So Amazon is the leader of the market, of all the markets. I've been saying that all along. It's a double A, not a triple A, but a double A market. Amazon, Apple, Apple, Amazon, Amazon, Apple, Apple, Amazon. Can you say, wow, we took out the high from Monday, which all we really have left to take out is the 2050. So there we have it. It's been a very, very bullish day, ending somewhat dubious week, but with today's strong with today's strong performance across the board, I think that alleviates any doubt that we may have had as to direction of this market. So let me just get back to the camera. This has been Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, reminding you to subscribe to the blog, reminding you to tell your friends about me, apologizing for the fact that my camera didn't catch up. Hopefully you heard me. Hopefully we didn't have just 2 minutes of nothing. In any event, please subscribe and tell your friends. Don't forget to give me a like, thumbs up, and comments. Give me some good stocks to buy. I try to share with you, you share with me. All right, have a good one. Hasta mañana.